Yeah. The whole card was good. Dope as shit.
Greetings, everybody. Welcome to This Is It. I'm your co-host, Corey Roy, along with my partner in crime, Hollywood. What's up, brother?
What's going on? It's your boy Hollywood DA here in the building. Excited about to talk this shit today. You know what I mean? So we got a couple of good topics. Like, I'm hyped because we all seen the joint. Y'all know what it is. This fight got me hyped right now.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Hell yeah. And last but not least, man, my man Phenom. What's going on, brother?
Phenom 202, DDA representative. Yo, man, I'm feeling good tonight, yo. But I am kind of irked right now. I know we're not gonna talk about it a lot, but this dude Kyrie just fumbled the bag, yo. 186 million, yo. Fumbled the bag, yo. I'm just disappointed in that, yo. Just I'm pissed, man.
I ain't know.
I'm mad.
I
Shams
he lost half. I just thought he lost half.
Shams Sarnia, he tweeted the Nets ain't getting him that max, yo.
Oh yeah.
Damn.
He ain't getting
I
an
wouldn't get
extension.
the max. Yeah, because they said that pretty much guaranteed all three of them an extension, but I wouldn't extend that motherfucker either,
186
yo.
mil, yo. Yo,
That's
man,
crazy,
he gonna be a
yo.
pariah, yo. I mean, like, you know what? Not to talk too much about it, but that's $186 million, dog. You can change everybody's life that you try. If you want to be our social justice warrior, get the bag, yo, and still do the shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, and he only 29, yo. And that's the thing. You can make 186 million at 29, and then you can act a fool all you want to going forward, man.
Kyrie
That's my
different,
opinion.
That's all. He different, man.
Yeah.
He got paid already, so he's different.
That's why,
Corey,
man.
how you doing, Corey? Oh, my bad.
I'm doing good, man. And I excuse me. And I want to piggyback off what Phoenix said, man. Kyrie's new name is Can't Get Right. That's his new name, yo. Like off the movie Life. That's his new name, man. Kyrie Can't Get Right. Irvin. That's what his new name is, yo. I mean, for real. But I'm doing good, man. I'm hanging in there, man. I'm chilling, doing my thing. We ready to get this joint started. Look, I'm a big fight fan. You a big fight fan. We're gonna get into the Fury Wilder fight. But before that, thank you everyone for tuning into the show. And for those of you that are coming back, thank you for riding this train with us. As always, don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel.
Sure.
So with that all being said, we're going to get right into it. So now we talking about the Fury and Wilder fight. Yo, this was one hell of a fight. This is their third time meeting each other. Fury, Wilder going at it again for the third time. And if you don't know, spoilers, everybody, Fury knocks Deontay Wilder out in the 11th round KO. I mean, look, we're all fight fans on here, so I'm going to go around the horn just to get everybody's thoughts on the fight. We definitely got some comments coming here about it, so let's get everybody's quick thoughts about the fight, and then we'll get to these comments. So, Ali, what were your thoughts about the fight?
I mean, the fight was crazy. The fight was, I was all over the place with this, yo. Cause it's funny because when you look at it, and I said this after the first fight, I was like, yo, Fury pretty much dominated Deontay Wilder, yo. He dominated him in the first fight. Deontay got the knockout. I mean, the knockdowns, because that's what he do. You know what I mean? He got that right hand.
He got the right hand.
Second fight, he dominated him. You know what I'm saying? It was like, boom, all right. But Wilder's going to come back. He put on some weight, which I don't know if it's a good thing, bad thing. We'll talk about that. But, you know what I'm saying? He came back. And pretty much, Fury dominated most of the rounds again.
Mm-hmm.
But what makes it so crazy is, like, how can I say? If you watch these fights knowing the outcome, it won't be the same as watching it while it's happening. Because Wilder is, even when he's getting down, I've seen him lose every round, Luis Ortiz. Yep. And you just know, and all it takes is one. And he was throwing them like, I get to him, get his ass beat. But every now and then, he just let one go. Boo, boo, like that 1-2, I should say. Like, boom, that right hand was coming. And you just never know. Like, it don't, like, it's just like, that shit on your edge of the seat. Like, it's not the one. Like, you know what I mean? Even though he get his ass whipped, you just never know. And so, like, when you know the ending, you'll be watching the fight, like, oh, this nigga Fury whipping his ass. But when you watch it, you just never know. So,
true.
I love that shit, yo. It was a good fight.
Yeah. I definitely felt that way too. Phenom, man, what were your thoughts on this fight?
Man, I was pissed. Not because Wilder lost.
Okay.
I was pissed because he's still a one-trick pony, man. And that's the
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
As a growth as a fighter, I mean, obviously, if you're a power puncher, but he don't throw no hooks. He don't throw no uppercuts.
Yeah.
He came out the gate throwing hella body punches, jabs to the body. In my head, I'm like, this ain't gonna last. He gonna be mouth breathing second round. And guess what he was doing? Mouth breathing in the second round because he ain't built for that shit. His stamina
I don't know what's up with that
is
shit.
horrible, yo. But you're
Yeah,
right,
it
though.
does
I
get
mean,
the
like,
best of him.
he does get that one. I mean, like, I think Andre Ward or somebody said any other boxer, it might have been Sean Porter, any other boxer would have been knocked out. But Tyson Fury ate them joints. The Undertaker.
Yeah.
He lay down,
Yeah.
he got up. But also, you know, Fury was using that 270 on him. I mean, that 300 on him. He was laying on him. And that's the thing about it is, like, Wilder don't know how to run. He don't know how to get away. And that's the thing with Fury. He was jabbing, holding, leaning. Then he put that. I mean, Fury. I go front. Fury might be one of the best heavyweights I've seen box in my lifetime.
Yeah,
Not
actual
because
boxing abilities. Yeah, he got
actual
skills
boxing
with the
ability.
hands.
Mm-hmm.
He
And
light
we've
on his
seen
feet for him to look like he
Exactly.
look. Yo, he light on his feet. He'll do little. He start doing little jab like
Muhammad Ali
feints
shit.
Yeah, I'm like, all right. Like, don't let the dad ball fool you. That's what I tell the coaches. Don't let the dad ball fool you.
You're right.
I'm just joking.
So Ali, we've been watching. We've known each other for what 32 years, and we've been watching fights together for about 32 years. You know what I'm saying? So we watched every fight. Like growing up, my mother used to get the fights all the time. Everybody used to come over my crib watch the fights.
Right.
We watch. I mean, we watch boxing. We watch boxing. It ain't like other people like sitting in the room drinking and shit. No, we in tune with the fight. We know all the scrubs in boxing. We know all the good people. We know all the slept on people. There's not a heavyweight in my lifetime that I've seen who threw hands and had power like Fury. Like Lennox Lewis was a statue, but he had hard hands. Tyson, he can move and stuff, but he wasn't tall.
I mean,
I'm saying? He wasn't a big heavyweight. He just had power.
Yeah, the best. Why didn't I say the best? I mean, I feel what you're saying. As far as Fury actually have a movement, because you could say like Klitschko.
For him to be at his stature.
Yeah,
like he's Klitschko a big dude.
Was a good boxer. He was just born as he was a robot because it was just like boop,
he just jab you to jab.
But he had the hammer. But don't get it twisted because he had. I remember people saying that, but his knockout percentage was crazy. But the whole problem was it was 8 rounds of jabs, like born. But when he hit you, when he did catch you, it was like boom, you was out.
Yeah.
But it was just born. Like Fury actually has a little bit of style to him, some feet work and all that. So, yeah, Fury, he might be, yo. He might be. Like, I don't know how he would do against somebody like Lennox. I think Lennox Lewis is underrated, even though he got knocked out. I mean, he had the kind of the glass jaw. He knew when to get out. Klitschko fucked him up. He said, you know what? I'm good. I'm going out. I'm going out right now. But Lennox is actually decent, I think. But go ahead.
Yeah, that's good. I'm going to give my thoughts on this, too. I think you guys are making really good points because Fury... You got to be honest. Don't let the dad bod fool you because this dude clearly was on the COVID diet. He was not really training. The dude was he was flubber, man. I mean, he was blubber belly, but it doesn't matter because this guy has got skills, man. I mean, and he was definitely using the weight to his advantage. He was really leaning on Wilder. And the thing that I like about Fury is that you guys pointed out, this guy knows how to box and he can move at his height and his weight. If I had to put him against Lennox Lewis, I think I would have to give the edge to Fury only because Fury, he got a chin. He can take them punches, and I don't know if Lennox can do that.
No, Lennox got
because
you got to.
Yeah, that's the only thing. I don't think Lennox could take the punches that Fury can take because you got to admit, he ate some hella punches from Wilder. I mean, them right hands are coming hard. But the only thing about it is Wilder leans too much on his right hand. He ain't got nothing else in his arsenal. If he ain't shooting at the right hand, that's his problem. And the problem is it's only the right hand and he ain't got no stamina. Yeah, that's the problem.
But you can tell, like, Wilder isn't really – he's an athlete, but he ain't really athletic, man. Like,
correct.
he ain't like a robot so much, but he really ain't got like I can see Wilder doing another sport. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
He can't play basketball. That nigga look awkward as hell out there.
but that's what I'm saying. You see motherfuckers like Roy Jones go play some hoops or whatever. Like, you know what I mean? Even Terrell Owens, like different sports, like people that are like athletic, for real athletic. Like Wilder, he ain't really he's an athlete. Like he's like 6'7",
he's built,
muscle, built this, that. Like, but he ain't really an athlete per se.
Yeah.
I don't know why I say he's an athlete. He isn't really athletic per se. You know what I mean?
That like, there you go. He's not real athletic.
Put that nigga in a shuffle drill. That motherfucker gonna be slow as fuck. He'll probably like, you know what I mean? Like,
you right, man. He probably can't even do the electric slide either at a cookout.
Yeah, coordinator exactly. Like a motherfucker, you know? Exactly, yo. Motherfuckers put on the wobble. Wild ass going to the wobble. He's like right foot. That motherfucker's gonna be like, hold on, right? Well, he'll let it right. He'll be like, no, not your hand, motherfucker.
Throw the right
foot. He's like, right foot. That motherfucker be like, just hit the old lady in front of him. Right foot. Flashback.
We're gonna go to some comments, man, to see what people. Oh, go ahead, Fetus. Before we go to these comments.
Like Wilder, he don't got no defense neither, man. I think a lot of the fights that. Like when he get hit, like he drop his hands, he turn his back. It's just like, and I say this with the caveat that if Wilder walked into my crib right now, I would shit my pants. So I talk about as far as a boxing connoisseur who knows, like we all watch football, basketball, and we know what it's supposed to look like. You know what I'm saying? And he don't look right. That's the thing about it. I think he had a lot of Tyson intimidating factors when he fought a lot of people. He ain't got that shit on Fury.
And then you have to think about it. He's just so much more of a dominant figure. When this guy steps in the ring, he's fighting other heavyweights that aren't even close to his size or got his arm length. So he never really had to fight anybody or really hone on his skills because he never had to. Now when he finally gets against somebody that... Go ahead.
They put people in front of him. He just beat everybody. Like Ortiz, like Ali said, Ortiz
was the first fight.
The people that want, like Joshua, don't want to fight him.
Ortiz was 40 years old. No, he's fine.
I don't think Wilder had any competition.
Al Heyman protected Wilder. Don't get it twisted.
Answer this: what other heavyweight besides Joshua and Fury could Wilder have fought?
Well, I'll pull up the list, yo. Well,
you know what I'm saying?
That I don't really know.
While I'm pulling it up, no, because they had some people
that we're gonna.
While I pull it, let's listen to some comments, yo. Let's listen
to the comments, man, and get to that because I do have some comments on that too. But let's get to the comments,
bro. People who say that Dave Chapelle shit was all offensive and shit, bro, they just ain't got no respect for how OG and you know what Dave Chapelle has done for comedy and what he has done for the black community. And, you know, all the great content he has put out over the years. By far one of the greatest comedians of all time. You know what I mean? And so what, he come out and say some shit that some people disagree with. Well, guess what? The person that lived next door to you probably say some shit you disagree with. The people that live down the street from you might say some shit that you disagree with. You know what I'm saying? But you ain't down the road holding signs out in front of their house. You know what I mean? So... You know what I'm saying? The people who we elected as president is going to say some shit we disagree with, but they still a president, so, you know what I mean? Everybody needs to stop getting so offended, bro. Back, you know, as far as I know, back in his time, grown men didn't get offended, so...
Hey, man, great comment. I do not comply, but we're going to put a pin in that one, because we definitely going to come to the Dave Chapelle later in the show, man, but great comment. Let's go.
Corey, I know you can't read them. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, damn. I was like, I know you can't see. I know they don't put the words that follow, man. But if it's something off, I'll just say skip it. That shit was long. Skip that motherfucker. Like, my bad.
It ain't that Wilder don't know how to run or get away. He also bulked up out of his natural frame weight. Yeah. And I think that weighed on him after the fourth round. Also, you got to consider the fact that Wilder went away from the strategy of gut checking Fury in the third round. He started head hunting, and I just, for the life of me, don't understand why he went away from the game plan. And furthermore, I don't understand why his corner did not check him in the third round, or the fourth round, rather. Excuse me. I don't know why his corner didn't check him going into the fourth round and tell him to go back to the fucking gut. Because what he ended up doing was doing all that fucking head hunting, and he winded himself out by the 5th round. He was spent. He was literally spent. You could tell he was tired. And then he got a bulky frame that he not used to carrying around. He was just not conditioned. And plus, he tried to live by the right hand, which, you know, you saw how that ended. So,
definitely.
Yeah. Hell of a comment, man.
All facts,
he said it.
Yeah, he definitely
said it.
He said 2 things I definitely agree with. First, like, I know after the second fight, he was like, because he already, let's face it, like, he knew the strategy. Like, Fury did this in the second fight as well, like, leaning on him, this and that. So he tried to bulk up. But if that's not how you fought for 30, 40 fights before that, I always be like, you shouldn't change up your shit like that. Like, if anything, you just need to develop a strategy to go against it. Because changing your whole body like that, adding 20 pounds, where they always be like, it's lean muscle. Like, unless you're on steroids, you ain't adding 20 pounds of muscle in a year. Like, that's just biology. No, for real, it's impossible. Trust me. So unless you like a scrawny, like somebody who wasn't already in shape. When you're already in shape, you can't gain 20 pounds of just muscle. But they always
you know what, Ali?
Some lean muscle.
You're right. He shouldn't have did that. But the thing about it is, and I'll tell you why I didn't give a fuck that Wilder lost. This nigga was talking so much shit before. He was talking about like my right hand has the power of God and my ancestors. And motherfucker, shut the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? You ain't don't give a fuck about that, yo. He not intimidated by you. But then he started playing the blame game, yo.
Kunta Kinte was mad as a bitch. He was like, I lost my foot for this nigga.
Yeah, he was trying to play the blame game because didn't he get upset with his corner?
Mark Breland.
He fired
Mark Breland. He fired Mark Breland. It wasn't Mark Breland's fault.
Nah.
But and
then he got mad at his corner.
Yeah,
he got mad at his corner in the second fight because they stopped it.
Yeah, he fired him. That's what he fired him. And that ties into the second point my man made about the corner not like coming like correcting them, like coming at him like boom, boom, boom. Because real, the first round I was like, oh shit, he did some shit I never seen. I never seen him throw a jab to the body. He was just throwing some jabs to the body. Like, see, that's the secret. People don't know. That was like one of Mayweather's greatest tricks.
Yep.
Yeah.
For real, people don't never talk about it. Mayweather used to jab to the body all the time. Like, you know what I mean? Jab to the body. Just keep him thinking, keep him looking. You're a little flabby in there too. But as soon as he got hit, it's like he reverted back. Like, it was like boom, like he went back to what he know. And his corner wasn't really like yelling or like stressing at it. But Malik Scott, he brought him in. Like Malik Scott always was answering questions before the fight, kind of like a yes man. I mean, like he was like boom. He fired Breland. Oh, I get a chance to train somebody who might win the heavyweight championship.
Right.
I'm just gonna say yes. Like, you know what I mean? He was like a yes man.
Get his bag.
And he just wanted to get the bag. He was a yes man. And
I mean, look, the guy made some 2 very solid points. One, he went away from his strategy after the first going into shoot. He really should have kept it through the whole fight because he knocked Fury down. If I'm not mistaken, didn't he knock Fury down in the middle of the fight? Was around 7 or 8?
No, that's like 4.
No, it was like
around 4.
It was around 4? Okay, shit.
It was when he was tired. He caught him, but he was already gassing. It was like one of them desperation. Like, he was like, boo, boo. And it was funny because he hit Fury. If you look at the replay.
Because it's the right hand.
Fury, but Fury ain't fall down right away. He got hit, and he like went to do some shit. He was like, oh, but his body ain't do shit. Like his face is like looking like I'm about to do. His body's like, no, nigga, we just got hit. It was like one of those little delay shits. It was like, do. And then it was like, oh, shit. But
Fury,
I'm just saying
he let him punch himself out, yo. He let him punch himself out after that.
He let him punch himself out,
Wilder needs to go to
man. He was head hunting
Big
a lot.
Bear. Yeah, all that head hunting would tire your ass out. He need to go to Big Bear, yo. He need to be going them high altitudes. He need to be somewhere like in Denver or somewhere, like training, yo. Because for real, like his gas, like he done gassed out pretty much all 3 of these fights.
All 3, yes.
He been gassed like the third round. I'm like, yo, why are you gassing on the third round? Like you already mouth heavy. And like,
and this guy is heavier than him, not even as fit, and he's good. Stamina all the way through. 12. He could probably go 15 rounds easy. Wilder can't make out round 4.
But if I hate to lie, if I go to a Zumba class right now, some fat bitches in there that's gonna be like, I mean, that bitch 5 minutes in. I'm like, yo.
Time
I'm
out.
the Liechtenstein. I see the
Yeah,
Liechtenstein.
right.
I ain't no calling fat. A little portly. It's portly word. Portly. A little.
Yo,
All
man.
right,
A
well,
portly lady.
let's go to some of these comments, man. Hold on, y'all.
I wish y'all would let me up because y'all having way too much fun at Wilder's expense, and I am from Alabama, so I would like to clear a few things up about this shit. You
Is
know,
this your king? Is this your king? No, I honestly, yo, I fuck with Wilder. I respect Wilder, yo.
Me
As
too.
a
I like
person.
Wilder a lot. Yeah.
Especially at,
Go
like
ahead, go.
his back. I mean, I used to say his backstory.
Yeah.
Like Wilder, he been through some shit. Boom, he take care of his daughter. You know,
Yeah.
single father. Just to even start boxing at the late age that he did to get to this
Yeah.
level is
And
Yeah.
to the
a
Olympics.
miracle. It's like
Yeah.
a miracle in itself, yo. For real.
Yeah.
But I do
That's true.
think the fact that he wasn't boxing at a young age, it shows now. You know what I mean? It shows now.
Mm-hmm.
But Wilder, the person I fuck with, Wilder, the boxer, is like, I always been like, yo, he can't box. Like, I'll show you the old. I'd be like, yo, Wilder can't
Yeah.
box at all. But I
Yeah.
fuck with him.
He's definitely
he fuck
grown.
he fuck with black
Yeah.
people, so I got to fuck with him.
Oh, Wilder good. He good
all
people.
day.
Not like I
But
know him, but you know.
one thing about it though, like I think part of it with Wilder, what the kind of turned me a little off with him is he's a little arrogant. You know what I'm saying? Like I think he better than what he is. And I'm not saying his resume is the greatest by any chance. I'm not gonna argue with that with you. But I said they put the fighters in front of him and he knocked out everybody. 41 out of 42. My thing is, you know, you're not getting better. And that's the thing.
Yeah.
To be a heavyweight champion, we can even go to Anthony Joshua. Anthony Joshua, they put tomato cans in front of him. Anthony Joshua, he fought nobody. And the two people that he fought, you think Joshua fought people? He fought
Klitschko.
He fought Klitschko.
He fought Klitschko. I think he fought Joseph Parker. He's fought Dylan White. He just fought way better competition.
Hold up.
No, I ain't gonna go there. Like, don't go there. I don't believe in Joshua. I don't think Joshua can box either, though. So don't. Joshua's just an athletic specimen himself, but no, it's Eddie Hearn
handpicked Joshua fights too. He had to fight Dylan White because they got history.
But I just named 3 people that's better than anybody that Wilder fought before Fury. If I name 3 people that's better than anybody you fought before.
So I mean, Park. All right, we can agree to disagree, but Parker
ain't good. All the fighters is not American. That's what it is. They ain't American.
No, they won't come. They won't come across the water. You know what I'm saying? When Joshua came across the water, you know what I'm saying? He lost.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
All right.
But the thing about it, Wilder can go across the water. Like, put it this way, I think this fight, because
has
he won't. But that's the thing. Saudi Arabia, Joshua Wilder, both of them, and that's to me, both of them coming off losses. That shit will be a super duper. Everybody want to see that fight, even though they got losses. Everybody want to see Joshua Wilder fight.
Well, look, Wilder is at the top. I mean, he's an attraction in the heavyweight division. I mean, you can't deny that. I mean, he's going to get a high-paying card regardless of where he goes because I got to give it up for Wilder though. When Wilder said that he wanted to go out on his shield. I'm sorry, this fight. He did that. The fact that he didn't give up, this guy he was giving it all the way into the end. And I gotta really appreciate that because it gave us one of the best heavyweight fights that I have seen in years. I mean, when's the last time we seen a really good heavyweight fight? Since when? Like forever. It's been a long time. I mean, like since the 90s, maybe? I mean, and that was when Tyson was fighting, but
I like it's Joshua fight. That was good, but no, it's definitely
a fight to this magnitude where 2 guys are really slugging it out. They're not protecting each other; they are slugging it out. The last time that I saw a heavyweight fight like that wasn't even a heavyweight fight. Was the Hearns and Larry? I mean, it was the Hitman and Marvelous Haggler. Those are the last. That was the last two. Well, no, yeah, that probably was the last fight that I remember seeing where two guys really left it all out. And this is what this reminded me of, but on the heavyweight level. And look, I mean, granted, he wanted to go out on his shield, even though he did go out on the canvas. I still got to give it up for Wilder because he made one hell of a fight. I think so. Let's go to. We got a couple of comments coming in here, man. So let's go to these before. Let's see what people got to say.
How you guys doing this evening?
Hey.
Like I told someone earlier this week, that was one of the worst white on black crimes I have ever seen displayed on television. It gave me flashbacks to Nate Robinson, and I particularly would prefer not to go back to those places. It can trigger some folks. So I hope he's well. I've learned a lot about both fighters. I'm not really into boxing, but every time I see those types of knockouts, those displays of white on black crime, I don't care how anybody takes that, I have problems with it. It's embarrassing, and I know it's tough on them too, but I feel it's a little bit more tougher on me. But yeah, still one of the worst white on black crimes I've ever seen displayed.
He do own them right now, yo. Like, he ain't gonna get no get back. That's the thing. It's over. He ain't gonna never fight him again.
Nah,
he gotta wear that for the rest of his life.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Great comment, Rain.
I can't front. Fury's hands was definitely a little racist. they had a little LAPD in them. They had that. He brought it up there. He's like, give me the power of a cop's nightstick. You know, in that corner, everybody, bro, that shit. He was like, oh, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
everybody with a black and blue flag. He was like this thing shit. He was like, yeah. They're like, his shit charge. Y'all see shit charge up? He was like,
It's horrible, man. It's a horrible feeling, yo. We put that nigga on he got us on his back, yo. And I hate to see him go down like that, yo. But it's going to eat at him.
He went down.
Because he's never going to fight him again, ever.
Oh yeah.
It
was expected though.
Oh yeah, I you know what? I ain't gonna say I thought he was gonna lose. I didn't think he was gonna get knocked out because I didn't think
he was gonna get knocked out either.
But Fury wasn't even in his best peak physical or mental.
I mean that's true.
Position.
Because he was on a COVID diet. He was on that COVID diet, yo.
This was so my partner hit me up. He's like, boom. Cats I used to work back in the day. He a real boxer fan. He was hardcore boxer. He was like, man, he was like, yo, Fury's might gonna probably win. He was like, but FanDuel got 200-1 odds on Wilder by decision. He was like, what's up? So I was like, fuck it, yo, let's put $50 down. Like I cashed up from 25. Well, we bet the $50 because we would have won. If he would have won by decision, we would have won $1,000. So it was just like, even though you can see our joints like, yeah, we think Fury's gonna win, but you never know. It was just the odd. It was like odds bet. Like I ain't gonna lie, yo, fuck it, yo, we'll beat this part out for YouTube. I ain't paid for the fight, so I just put that $25 over here. You know what I mean? So I was like, yo. So when it was getting them late rounds and Wilder was still throwing some of the punches, I was like, yo, hit him, Wilder. I just needed another knockdown. Because I was like, if anything, it might be close to a draw. You never know. Somebody might have gave Wilder a round earlier because he already had the 10-7 round. Because he knocked him down twice, right?
Yeah,
he knocked him
down twice.
Yeah.
So I was like, boom, he had that 10-7. I was like, yo, I just get another knockdown and some shit. He might win by decision. She's like, that's all. That motherfucker ain't come through for me, though.
Nah, they never do, yo. They never do.
But you know what they say though. You know, bet your brain, not your heart. And that's why you fucked up. But
Rainbows, great comment, man. Great comment. Let's go to another comment really quick.
Because Wilder can actually do the electric slide. And I've seen him do it. So y'all can cut the bullshit up there while y'all having so much goddamn fun at Wilder expense.
That's funny.
He said he actually seen him do it. That's all right, brother. That's all right, man. Yeah, we ragging on Wilder a little bit though, man. But this is all fun, man. It's all fun.
Fuck it. Oh, I say, is it on video? Then they ain't have it. Until I see that shit myself.
Wilder was, and you know what? He wasn't doing the electric slide, my man. He was probably doing some country cha-cha slide or something, yo. I don't know.
See, I was about to say a bad joke. We saw him do the stanky leg.
Yeah, we did.
No, I'm sorry. I hate joking though, cause I like Wilder, yo. But it is.
Yeah, I like Wilder, man.
That's why you get the millions of dollars for us to make jokes about you, man.
Yeah.
You get knocked out.
All right. Another comment, yo. Here we go.
And another thing, and this unfortunately takes me back to Nate Robinson. What do you say to that person the next day? Because they're not trying to hear anything that night, but either the next day or leading into the new week. What do you say if this is your friend, this is your comrade, this is your brother or family? What, if anything, do you say to them after they have gotten knocked out like that?
Really can't say
Rainbow,
nothing.
great comment. I'm going to tap on two things. One, my man, I love Nate Robinson. He's probably going to be a future Hall of Famer, maybe. I don't know.
No.
But
No. Corey's
I don't
like
think he is either. Hey, that's why I said maybe a future Hall of Famer, because I don't really think so. But that, to me, that was one of the best knockouts I'd ever seen in fight history. But let's go on a serious note though. What do you really say to somebody that's got knocked out like that, like Wilder? I mean, just get up,
boxing.
man, dust it off.
Well, hold on.
Yeah, boxing is really different.
Hold on, Finn. I'll let him go serious, but I just want to say our last commenter, what's her name? Because she's famous. Because Wilder and Nate Robinson saw pink rainbows, purple hearts, blue diamonds, some stars,
and purple horses.
They saw all that shit. The sound of rainbows. But go ahead, dog.
I mean, boxing is
How you be coming up with this, yo?
Man. But boxing, yo. I mean, it's part of the game, yo. I mean, and that's the thing why I like the old boxing, because nobody was afraid to lose. Like everybody trying to protect their O's, they zero. They want that, and that's why I'm kind of like. That's why I got mad at Wilder because he didn't change his game up. That's the only thing. Like I said, it was a great fight. I was entertained.
He said, what you gonna say if somebody get knocked out, man?
But if somebody get knocked out, it just comes with the territory. You know what I'm saying? That elite boxer, but Nate Robinson different though. Nate Robinson was talking shit because he thought this white boy wasn't gonna whip his ass, and now white boy whipped his ass. That's different.
Got him good.
Well, I'll tell y'all like this. I don't want finish around me if I get knocked out. I need a nigga around me be like, yo, man, you would have had him, but I saw you slip, man. If it weren't for that. The boxing around. This would be like, nah, he's better than you, yo. He knocked your ass out. No, I need a motherfucker to be like, yo, man. Yo. They'll be like, yo, Wilder, you would have had him, you know what I'm saying? He was just leaning on you a little bit. Headlocks, man. Fuck them headlocks, man. Lie to me. At least for the right after. Maybe a couple of weeks down the line, but right after, just lie to me, man. Make me feel good.
No, I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't joke on him right then and there. I'd just be like, yo, you get him next time, champ. You get him next time, champ. That's it.
I be like, yo, they got memes of you already, yo. Look at this shit. I be showing them. I be like, yo, you famous. Because I ain't gonna front, yo. Nate Robinson had some of that knockout had like 1,000 memes in like 2 minutes, yo. And
might have been some of the fastest. That was some of the fastest meme creation ever, yo. Because you're right. As soon as that happened, like your shit just started like. Timeline just blew up. I was like, yo, how are they doing this? It's like, motherfuckers it's magic.
The funniest one I saw was when he got hit and the sonic rings came out when he hit the canvas. I was like, yo, that shit was hilarious, yo. It was like, ding, ding, ding. But anyway, yo, this shit's hilarious, yo. But
you know what? Like when you look at boxing, like the worst knockout that I ever seen, or not gonna say the worst, the funniest was probably when Costa Tszyu knocked out Zab Judah.
Shout out to Zab.
Oh my God, yes. When he started pointing at him.
But he fucked up because he's trying to get up. Like
He tried to get up.
Yeah. Sometimes you gotta lay down there for a second.
Sometimes, you gotta take that 10 count.
You gotta take
pride.
The 10
that was all
count, or at
pride,
least a 9
yo.
count. Yeah.
That nigga
Because he had never really been hit like that. And the guy knocked him down. He tried to get up. He did the wild shit.
But yeah, his legs stiff as shit. He's like, because he jumped right back up. Like sometimes, take that 5-6 count. Be like, all right, get yourself together.
Yo, he was doing the George Jefferson.
That motherfucker got up like,
yeah, he was doing that shit.
It wasn't a brutal knockout. You know what I'm saying? But it was funny. Like we've all seen brutal knockouts. Was funny. But it was just like he didn't know how to take a loss like that. You know what I'm saying? He never got Zab ain't never got hit like that.
Nah, they definitely caught him off guard.
Also, like people haven't been knocked down before when they get down. Like, like when you've been knocked down before, motherfuckers be like, yo, you know what? I get 10 seconds. Let me get my shit straight.
Yeah.
Because that's where everybody, like, even with this fight, yo, I know it's people, because you know it's conspiracy. There's like long counts. The count was a little long, but first off, in boxing, it's not a 10-second count. It's just a 10 count. The ref starts counting. Yeah. For real, the people on the outside of the ring, if anything, they're supposed to be doing it. They're supposed to be counting, and he looks at them, and he picks up the count where they're at. Because he got to tell Wilder to get to his corner, and they pick up the count. But either way.
That's correct. Let everybody know that's correct.
When Wilder knocked down Fury, I don't think like Fury, I mean, he was hurt. He wasn't hurt. But it wasn't like he was like knocked out hurt, which is obvious.
He could have survived.
But Fury, like, if you notice, every time he gets knocked down, he don't get up to like 7 or 8. Like that's
he doesn't.
He don't wait. He's like, I'm gonna chill. I'm gonna take all my time. Like, you know what I'm saying? And that's how you should be. Like, if I get knocked down, you know what? Let me just take all this time to get my shit together, and then I'm gonna stand up. I'm gonna do some other shit.
Take my time.
Come on, another time to take more time. Like, take all the time you can. But that's how you know he a boxer. Like he's like the
that's correct, because after you get up, the ref will come to you and then ask, are you okay? And a lot of times they'll ask you twice, which gives you more time. You know, so
and you know what I'm saying, what you should do is like when the first trying to get up, like I'll turn you back to the ref or some shit. Like
back to the ref.
Like you running. Not like you running though. You gotta do it like when you're looking at him, like you just like, and then he'll be grab your gloves, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? You can take all the time you can, yo. That's why I said, yo, motherfucker, recuperate. Motherfucker get knocked down and jump back up. Guess what? They asked me right back down, yo.
Yeah, that's it. We're gonna go to one more comment and then let's see what
if that's your friend, your comrade, whatever. What you say is pretty much something like, "Hey, big dog, you know what I'm saying? He got you, man. He got the best of you, man. But you know, sometimes it be like that, bro. You know what I'm saying? You still beat a lot of people. You still was a champ. You still just go down as one of the greats. But you know, it's always somebody bigger, stronger, faster, or better than you, man. That don't make you a loser. That don't make you less than a man. You may lost to him, but you're not a loser. Because you're still 40-something and 2. You only lost 2 fights. And it was to the same guy. But he just got your number, man. Keep your head up, brother. You know what I'm saying? Keep your head up. Stay off this social media. Go enjoy your girlfriend, your kids, your family, your wife, whatever you got. You know what I'm saying? And get back in the ring.
Rando Joe, hell of a comment, man. Go ahead. I thought you guys, didn't you have something to say? One of you?
I mean, I was with him for a second till he was just like, yo, he's just the better man and all that shit. I didn't want to hear that shit. But he'd be like, no, you lost the fight, but you're not a loser. Like, that's the point. I'd be like, nah, man, nigga, like, yeah, I'm good.
You're not a loser.
All right, but just let me ask y'all a question.
I had to lie. I would probably throw my phone away though. Just like when he was like, "Yo, no social media and all." Like, I'd be like, you know what? This shit can just go for the next week or so. Throw that shit in the water and the toilet. I'm good.
You know what he needed, man? He need Apollo Creed, yo, to train him like Rocky did.
Yes, sir.
He did a good trainer. So let me ask y'all a quick question. With our circle of friends,
Yeah.
do y'all think they could? Do you think they would joke us if we got knocked out?
I think
Yeah.
I
Not right
think
at that moment.
before. No, I just want to say before they even put the smelling sauce in front of me, Sam's going to have a motherfucker mean in a group chat. We got this one friend, yo. He make memes out of you quick as hell. Like any photos, like
Yeah.
boom, like Sam will
Yeah.
have something in the group chat. Everybody else might be alright, but Sam's be like, yo. He's like, yo, bro. And then he be like, yo, bro, you know I had to do it. You know how he tell me? He be like, yo, I
Yeah.
had to do it. I'm like, man, fuck
Yeah.
you.
But
That's what would
that
happen,
gives
yo.
everybody else license to jump in on that shit. After you do break the ice like that, it's a
Yeah.
tidal wave after that shit, yo.
Oh no, it's
Yeah.
gonna be
That's
jokes.
true.
The jokes is coming.
Sam would definitely be the first one to do it. He would laugh at our ass. Yeah, I mean, he had a meme. He had a
But you know
meme ready
what?
mid knockout. I mean, for
Yeah.
real.
That dude Randall Joe or whatever, that nigga sounds just like Big. That's something Big Mike ass would say, yo. He like, sorry, shorty dog. He a better
Yeah,
man
that's
than me
it.
tonight.
Like
But you know what I'm
I had a
saying?
couple friends, Rando Joe. It's a dude named Big
Yeah.
Mike, but Big Mike always be positive too, though. But yeah, he be like, yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah,
you
he's like,
lost, you
you ate
lost.
them joints at first, but
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what Mike would say. You ate them joints at
you,
first. I saw what you were doing, cuz.
yeah.
But
He
Mike
was
be like going like this on you too. Like I saw them joints, cuz. It'd be good. You had that joint though. You did.
yeah,
You did.
yeah. You lost,
You
but
was
you ain't the
good.
loser. You
You
lost,
ain't a
but you ain't
loser though.
the
Yeah.
loser.
That's our man, Big Mike, yo.
Yeah, shout out.
Oh man, that's true
He ain't
though.
dead. I just
Yeah.
like doing that. Go
But anyway, man, we're gonna go to the next subject. This was a great subject. We
I'm
talked
just kidding.
about,
I
Fury
know.
Wilder. Let's see. We got. We were gonna talk about some Dave Chapelle. Yeah. What y'all think, man? We roll into that one. Let's do
Yeah.
it,
We can
man.
roll in
So,
that. Yeah, we can get in these joints.
all right. So look, everybody been hearing a lot about Dave Chappelle on the interwebs. I mean, look, he has been under a lot of heat lately from the community, and actually, I was actually doing some reading that they are planning on doing a strike at Netflix, like actually sitting out and taking off a whole day at Netflix on October 20th, if I'm not mistaken, because they're going against the stand-up that he did. So a lot of stuff has been going on with this Dave Chappelle and the jokes that he's done on his particular comedy show that's on Netflix. I mean, look, this is a hot subject, but we're going to talk about it to get everybody's thoughts on it. We did have a comment earlier from our man Casey about it, and I got to agree with him, man. I think Dave Chappelle is an artist. I don't think Dave Chappelle is a mean person. I think he's just trying to. Well, look, I'm going to lie. I didn't see all of the comedy show. But just
Me
overall,
neither.
for what
I'm
I've
with
seen
you.
for what overall I've seen with Dave Chappelle up until this show, Dave Chappelle has said a lot of shit that's controversial. And look, Dave Chappelle is not a mean person. He just says shit that's funny, whether it could be on the line of being a particular way or not. But at the end of the day, he's one of the top black comedians that I've ever had. And he's done a lot for the black community and a lot for comedy in general. And he's actually pushing the bar of comedy the way comedy used to be back in the 80s and 90s. So he's just bringing something back to the forefront that, if I've been watching comedy for years, I'm already quite used to. But anyway, we'll go around the horn on this Dave Chappelle thing. Ali and Phenom, I'll let you guys chime in and give your thoughts on this. What are your thoughts?
Well, I'll be real quick, so Phenom can jump in on it. I watched like half the special. Only reason I didn't finish it because I had to go somewhere with the kids. Black Dad Energy,
Yeah.
BDE, buy the tees,
BDE.
shop the tees. But from what he was saying and this and that, and of course I've seen some shit online and this and that. I mean, it's comedy, Like comedy is the place where you're supposed to be able to get all your shit off, If you laugh at me joking one group, then you better laugh when I joke your group. And basically that's all it is to me, And how could I? Because of course, as Dave said, like I had to watch my words right now, just because sometimes the community, I should say not that community, but like a minority community can cause some shit that when it's happening to other bigger minority communities don't call shit. So, I mean, it's whatever, man. Just fucking laugh, It's a joke, man. You think
that's the
Dave
way I
Chappelle
look at
don't
it,
go?
man.
If Dave Chappelle don't go punch a transgender person in the face, no, man. Guess what he's gonna do? If anything, he's just gonna be like, "Yo, bum a cigarette off their ass. Yo, you got Newport, like type shit, like it's fucking jokes,
Yeah, that's the way I feel. I think that in this particular situation, now look, if this was a situation where somebody caught Dave Chappelle, behind the scenes talking about that's different. He's doing this on a comedy platform to just bring light of a serious subject, but he got to talk about the serious matters in order for us to understand where there's a lining humor in it somewhere. That's what comedy is all about. It takes the stuff that a lot of times we don't want to talk about and kind of try to find the humor in it in some way. So that's what it's comedy. It's just jokes. Take a moment to laugh about it. But now, granted, if Dave Chappelle just walked up the street and beat somebody and did a hate crime, that's different. But he's not doing that. He's doing it in a comedy platform, and I think he should, be able to do that. But that's me.
I'm gonna let Phoenix jump in, but I will say this. To me, the line is it funny or not? Like, motherfuckers laugh. It won't like one or two motherfuckers say, ha, ha, and everybody else is like, clutching their pearls. Those people clutching their pearls, guess what they was doing? Ha, 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 ha. They clutched their pearls and said, ha, ha, ha. So as long as the shit's funny, it got some thought into it. They won't like just some random off, like, I hate. It's like, I hate to down my people, but like, if you ever go back and watch early Def Jam comedy, see, that's how I know I was a kid. You watch some of the jokes, they're like, you ever just been fucking? And everybody, like,
that's true.
And when I was a kid, it was just funny, but now I watch some of it, I'm like, they was just saying anything, like, they be like,
that's funny.
But everything was just about fucking. It was just like, you ever just fuck a girl and she fought? Like, really want to, like, at least
there was no thought in it. It was about cussing and just saying fuck. And if they said them two things and it was good, that's true, man.
Yeah.
Def Comedy Jam was there. They ain't that many good jokes on Def Comedy, but when Martin's on there, the fucking shit's hilarious though. Like his moments. Oh God! But look, we're going to get off that. Let Phenom chime in on this real quick.
So I watched the whole thing. So a couple things y'all touched on. He did talk about, and this some of the jokes that got him in hot water. He said he did beat up a transgender person before, but it was so he was like, so basically the joke was.
How was the joke? Yeah.
So basically, this lady said hi Dave Chappelle to him, and this dude got in the way and said, "Hey, stop talking to my girl. That's my girl." He's like, "I'm sorry, man." And then he said, "I'm not a man, I'm a woman." And that's when his whole demeanor. So she said, "I'm gonna smack the shit out you." And so it was kind of confrontational, like, or whatever. But I don't know if he really fought her or he was just making a joke about it because that's how he is. But like,
I'm sure
if he really did, it would have came out.
But the thing about it is, but he did preface and said that TMZ didn't run with the story because they didn't believe it. You know what I'm saying? So it was something. But I would say this, Dave Chappelle, he's one of those comedians. He's very, very good at tying things up in his jokes. You know what I'm saying? So I listened to it with the mindset of, I want to see how this can be misconstrued as offensive to a certain demographic of people. And us not being transgender, us not going through that lifestyle, they always feel targeted. So obviously anything, if you make a joke about it, they're not ready for those jokes. But at the same time, are they the same ones capable for black people? You know what I'm saying? Like, so if you're upset at this sector of people, are you going to be upset if this marginalized group gets treated a different way? Like, we had all this, like, stop Asian hate shit. That's cool. I agree.
Yeah.
That's a stop. But what about the police brutality? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I would say this, even in the special, Dave Chappelle just didn't give it to transgender people. I mean, he dedicated a little bit more time, but he also talked about, hey, I came back to Detroit because I shitted on y'all city when y'all was here. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
He talked about where he live at now, where he's talking about, I live in some Yellow Springs, Ohio, where they have beautiful women. I like white bitches with dirty feet. everybody start laughing. You know what I'm saying? So it's like stuff like that. It's like,
Dave
but you
Chappelle,
gonna get with them. You know what I'm
Dave
saying?
Chappelle, look, he joked us black folks himself.
Yeah, he jokes
like,
us.
I mean, I never heard him say, yo, a baby came out the vagina, like, yo, nigga trying to eat, like, nigga gotta eat,
Yeah.
like type shit, like, you know what I mean?
Look what he did on the Dave Chappelle
selling
show.
crack. Baby was selling crack in the corner, yo, and I ain't heard no uproar then. So why is the uproar now?
You know, look, he talked about us on the Dave Chappelle show. I mean, he was mimicking crackheads and how we were acting. You know, like him doing little
when we got our reparations money.
Like,
I'm not an
reparations
episode,
episode.
so I did that. But the reparations shit, I might win a baby in the dice game. I'm not a crackhead. Fuck that Begums. I might win a baby in the dice game though. Hot hand, they got hot hand. He's like, how you become the richest person in the world? Hot hand in the dice game, baby.
But you know, but one thing about Dave Chappelle too, so he kind of brought up how people like the cancel culture. And me, like when it comes to cancel culture, there's certain I don't per se believe in cancel culture. I think people cancel themselves. Like we talk about, like even before this, we talked about John Gruden, like off camera. John Gruden, that's not cancel culture, nigga. You canceled yourself. You stupid enough to send stuff on your work email. And obviously that shit gonna get out. Somebody don't like you. They're gonna tell on you. Or it came up in the probe with the Washington football team. Like they get like email sweep, they can sweep through and do all that stuff. That's not cancel culture. That's being held accountable for you leading men, treating them one way, and then acting a different way. And then when Dave Chappelle was talking about y'all gonna cancel the baby, and he shot somebody, he killed somebody.
Yeah,
he's still selling millions of records. So where's your moral compass? You know what I'm saying?
He was like, yo, once he said something about some gay people, he said what he said was bad, but he was like, he said something about some gay people. It was a rap.
Yeah.
This motherfucker killed the nigga. This nigga fucking killed the nigga in Walmart.
Yeah.
Nobody said nothing.
Nobody said nothing.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Even though it was self-defense, that's the part he didn't say. It was self-defense.
It was. But I mean, just in general, though.
I'll give you one joke that we talked about before this that I think this is the smart part with Dave Chappelle is the beyond pussy joke. When it's not a real pussy, it's a beyond pussy or impossible pussy. So I was like, that is actually hilarious because if you think about it, Beyond Meat is really not hamburger. You know what I'm saying? That correlation was funny. And if you, it's just a funny, smart joke. And if somebody got offended by it, I can't say you can't get offended by it. I mean, if you get offended,
I'm definitely going to have to hear that joke.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
But I mean, I just say jokes is jokes, yo. That's when it comes out to jokes is jokes. So jokes is about, I mean, comedians, they really like a last line of defense right now in this world because everybody's quote unquote cancel. Even though I don't believe in cancel culture, because they really wanted to cancel. Some people, there's definitely a portion that wanted to cancel Dave. Guess what? Dave still makes money, so Netflix said, "Nah, we'll keep it up." And guess what? Even though it's still a hot topic, the cancel part is down. Once Netflix said, the special's not going nowhere. Because they were trying to remove, some people wanted the special removed.
They wanted Netflix to get it off,
And Netflix said, no, it's not going nowhere. So all that kind of talk's already died down. That's why cancel culture is fake. It's only for people that can't make you money anymore. That's why I say John Gruden, guess why? John Gruden, when all this shit was going on, when he was racist, that's another Dave Chappelle thing. But you know what I'm saying? You can talk shit about black people. Don't talk shit about LGBTQA and all that. I'm sorry. I don't even mean to be. I'm not even trying to be funny right now. I know the whole thing is the Q.
LGBTQ.
All right, but you know what I'm saying? They strong and they. If anything, I respect them as far as being strong and they motherfucking unison, like organizing and trying to get people to fuck up out of there. But as far as like, you can talk shit about black people, talk shit about them, and get up out of there. But for real, if Gruden was winning championships, he wouldn't be up out of there. Because when he was saying all this shit before, was when everybody wanted him to come back to coach, and they thought he might still be a good coach. And he came back, and he won't as good as a coach. So they say, you know what? Yeah, you can go. Like let Bill Belichick say this shit. Guess what will happen? It'll be so many people just Bill Belichick just release an apology and be like whatever, and they'll be like, yo, you good? Trust me.
But you know what, Ali? I'm gonna push back on you just a little bit. The reason why, obviously, he got caught up in the Washington football team probe because we got a shit show as a culture. You know, I'm a diehard Washington Redskins, Washington football team fan, but the way he talked is like I didn't know that 47% of the fans in NFL are women. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my God, yeah.
It's a lot of women. I didn't know it was that high.
I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna come right back.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Keep talking. My bad.
I didn't know it was 47% of the football fans was women. My thing with John Gruden and anybody and the people that's caping for him is like they think people really talk like that in everyday life. Like literally, my circle of friends don't talk like that. We don't use the F word referring to gay people. Like, who? Nobody ever says. Like, I've never heard anybody. Maybe back in the day when before all this stuff, like in the '90s or something like that. But these nowadays, I don't know none of my friends that talk like that. You know what I'm saying?
Me either.
I know sometimes. So, say for instance, we might slip up and revert. Like, we might call women bitches or like that. But it's not like. It's just we grew up like that, but we catch ourselves like, no, we shouldn't say that. And it's not that we soft or nothing like that. No, you should be calling girls the B word. You know what I'm saying? It's just certain things that you can't do anymore. That and when people say, y'all, you too soft, no, you just gotta be respectful of other people, man. And that's the thing. I understand why people got mad at Dave Chapelle because they perceived as not having respect for the people. I can see why people got mad at John Gruden because John Gruden really don't got respect for nobody. And how could you lead men?
Not at all.
So if you put that in an email, and how do you expect it to be? Like your former players don't got respect for you no more because you was lying to their face about your real feelings. Like, how could you continue to lead men with knowing how they feel about you? They got a gay player on their team, an outed gay player who plays snaps. He's not a bench player. He's not on the practice team. Carl Nassib, he actually plays like 60 to 70% of the snaps on Sundays. You know what I'm saying? And then, it's like, to me, it's stupid because no other coaches, like Ali, you stepped out. I said, how many of our friends talk like John Gruden do? Like, I'm talking about calling, like, using the F word. When the last time you heard one of our friends use the F word referring to a gay person? And we got a big circle. We don't talk like that.
I was saying. I don't know nobody.
So when people start talking about defending John Gruden or people saying talking a certain way, like, y'all might talk like that, but majority of people don't really talk like that. Like, really, we gotta keep it real.
The language he was using was clearly like this dude's got no respect for black people, women, and people. The people from the LGBTQ community. This guy's got clearly no respect. And I was watching a couple of talk shows on the interwebs, and Keyshawn Johnson, I think, or Keyshawn is it?
Keyshawn Johnson.
Johnson. Yeah, he used to play with him. And he even talked about how he used to tell people, like, yo, this dude is slimy. Like, the person you're seeing in your face,
Antonio
that's not
Brown
him.
said it too.
Yeah, like, he's been telling people this. Yes. But nobody wanted to believe it. And now this shit is coming to fruition. But he's been telling people that for years. Go ahead,
He won that Super Bowl, though. That's what it is. He won the Super Bowl. He got a grace period. But guess what? He came back to the league. Because everybody wanted him back. They're like, yo, you might win a Super Bowl. Once they saw he ain't win no Super Bowls, they say, yo, fuck him. Don't want him back. And that's why I don't believe in cancel culture.
Hey, Ollie, listen to this, though.
They can't use you.
He won the Super Bowl on the backs of Tony Dungy's players, yo. Everybody that was on that Tampa Bay, and that's the thing. They was this close. They could have won it with Tony Dungy, yo.
Well, I don't go that far, but I agree with you. I mean, it was his Tony Dungy's players, but sometimes it's the.
But he's been 500 ever since.
It's a whole nother thing because I like Tony Dungy, even though Tony Dungy just said some half-hearted shit too, so I ain't know. he's definitely a conformist. Like he's definitely like I'll lay down with the
Yeah.
with the other side, but
yeah.
but I don't like talk shit about him. So I'll just say I don't know.
It's just he's one of
But
the
that's
people that you
good.
be like, come on, dog. That's all. He's like, you don't want to say nothing bad about him, but you kind of like be like, come on, man, you can't. Come on, you got to stand up this time, yo. I understand you're a religion. I understand, you turn the other cheek and all that
Tony.
stuff. I'm like, nah,
Yeah.
because now Tony does you look fucking stupid. Like he had to come out and say, I didn't say that, he shouldn't be fired. No, we heard you the first time, yo. Just I don't know,
But
man. I just think this
Tony
whole
Dungy's always been that way.
yeah, and that's the kind of our people, not us, but people are dragging them because of that. You know what I'm saying? But it's just, I just rather stay clear of subjects like that. I don't want nobody like I don't text shit like that. I definitely don't write no corporate emails with no kind of cussing in it. None of that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I didn't go that. Yeah, I didn't go that far. Like texting it, like I don't do it because of Trace. Honestly, like you're right though. When you said that, I never really thought about it because, I mean, I'll be honest with everybody. Of course, when I was a kid, we used to say F bomb. I don't even think call it F word, F word. But at the same time, as a kid, when you're saying it, as say how you want to say it, whatever. I don't care how people want to carry it. When you said it, it wasn't even so much that like
in a sexual way.
In a sexual way, you gay. It was like, yo, you a sissy, like you a punk.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Not about who you fucking. Don't like, because guess what? Right. When you're 10 and 11 years old, most people 99% you're not fucking. So when you call somebody the F word, it's just like, yo, you a punk. Like, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But you're not even thinking about it in a sexual way. So as you get older, it's like, oh, okay, whatever. So now it's like, don't know. I mean, I really don't know anybody who uses that word anymore.
Nah, I don't. I haven't used that word in years, man. And none of our people in our circle,
I mean, honestly, it's
like,
just like whatever. It's like,
yeah, we don't do that. Look, we're going to get to some comments. We've had some comments come through, so let's get to these comments. At least see what people are saying.
I have not comment on the Dave Chapelle issue because there's a rainbow of a spectrum where you kind of fall on in terms of what line do you feel he crossed over, or if any. And the unfortunate thing about this walkout with Netflix is Netflix has done, regardless of who teams up with them, because we have everyone from Dave, Shonda Rhimes, Ava DuVernay, the list goes on and on of people who have gotten great deals. Chris Rock, list goes on. But Netflix has been known to put out some really shady shit on all things. A lot of things dealing with African Americans and whatnot. A lot of things dealing with young girls being seen in suggestive ways that got people up in arms. But there were no walkouts on that. So he kind of had his point proven in terms of where they feel lines have been crossed.
Facts. Ollie, what we talking about last episode? We talked about Facebook, right? And we talk about how look, we gonna give you the drug, yo. We gonna give it to you. Like you anybody canceling Facebook, anybody canceling Netflix, none of that shit. Like
right.
It's just how it is. Ain't nobody stopped going to Chick-fil-A. I saw this thing today. Some people said all gay people can't cancel Dave Chapelle and Chick-fil-A. And that's facts. Like I don't know. I mean, everybody I know still go to Chick-fil-A.
I know
I don't know nobody who don't go. You know what I'm saying?
I ate that today. I can't lie. But what she was saying though, was like Netflix had other shit that was whatever shady, like cross the line, maybe this and that. I didn't cross the line, maybe toe the line, however you want to see it. Is because I can think they crossed the line, but other people might be like Dave Chapelle crossed the line. You know what I'm saying? When you toe the line, it all just comes down, are you gonna still make money? That's what it all comes down to. And guess what? That movie with the young girls, they didn't really even I don't even think they took the movie off. They just changed the thumbnail. So they had the girls with thumbnails.
I remember that. Yeah.
Like, it was just like, yo, if you don't make money, like if you're making money, guess what, yo? Like none of this matters to any of these people because it's all about stockholders, this and that, and just get my pockets right. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
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 Good point, man. I mean, it's definitely a touchy subject. I think everybody has their rights. Well, I don't want to say everybody's opinions on what Dave Chappelle is doing is definitely going to have a lot of people's thoughts and opinions on, is it comedy? Is it jokes? Is it jokes? Did he cross the line? It's a touchy subject, man. I just want people to just laugh, man, and just have fun about life, because there's a lot of things in life right now that are sad, and sometimes we just need somebody to just make this shad sit, just make light of it at sometimes, man. But it is what it is. To kind of segue into what another subject we got going on, there was something that just recently, there was something that actually just recently came up, which kind of ties into this. There is now a bisexual Superman in the comics. So Superman is now bisexual. So this kind of ties in a little to how are people going to feel about this? Is this an issue? For me personally, a person being in the comics, I do want to tell everybody right from the gate, it is not Clark Kent Superman. Okay, so you don't have to freak out. The Superman that we know and love, Christopher Reeve, he is not bisexual, but it is Superman's son. So Lois and Superman actually do get together, and they do have a son. It's his son that's bisexual. So that's the particular Superman in this world. But anyway, I mean, how do people feel about that? I mean, me personally, I don't have a problem with it at all. I think the comics are transcending into a world that is trying to make it more of what the world is. And you have bisexuals, you have queer, you have gay, you have it all. So why not make superheroes out there the same way? So I don't really have a problem with it, but we'll go around the horn and fill everybody's thoughts on this. Phenom, I'll go to you first, and then we'll go to Ali.
I don't care. You know what I mean? It's just, to me, I mean, when stuff like this come up, I'm like, if you don't like it, turn the channel. And if you think your kid is going to get influenced by seeing a gay Superman because, all your life Superman's been straight, and now he has a son who grew up in a world where it's a different world than you grew up in. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm a super, and when I use the word, I'm a progressive. When I say progressive, I don't mean like in a sense of, I'm talking about like, I want to see progress continue in life.
I thought you were saying some of my insurance. I thought you were going to pop up some all white insurance.
Yeah, I was like, where my quote? Where my quote?
My quote. Go ahead.
Like, I just think like the world it's changed. It's changed so much. You know what I mean? Like, all of us have or know somebody who's in the LGBTQIA community.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? And me, if you ever been to a Raytron fashion show at Norfolk State, then yo, know what I'm saying? They make everything they just stay funny. They're people. You just know how it is, yo.
Work it, lady. Work.
Yeah. You took it back, yo. You took it back, Phenom.
You know what I'm saying?
Raytron fashion show at Norfolk State.
I'm joking. I'm about to die.
Yo, man, it's just one of those things where, I've never got hit on by a gay person. I ain't never got attacked by no gay person. Their life is their life, yo.
Are you offended? You never got it? Are you offended? You never thought a gay person thought you
a little bit, you know what I'm saying? No, a little bit. Nah, but to me, that lifestyle don't make no difference to me. Like I said, I don't care. I just care about treat people right.
I did. I got hit on, by a gay person, but I didn't get upset and want to kick his ass or something like that. I was like, oh, okay. All right. I just moved on because I was like, but see, the thing was, it was slick though, because it didn't happen until I walked away. When I started thinking, I was like, yo, I think that guy was just hitting on me. Because it was slick with it though. But one person was very direct. He slid me his number at work when I was about to leave. I had put in my 2 weeks notice because I was about to go back to college. And it was my last day of work for the summer. So he came over. It's like, hey, blah, blah, blah. He's like, well, if you ever have anything, just give me a call. He kind of had his number on that piece of paper. And I was like, oh, okay, cool.
Were you feeling yourself, Corey? You talking about he just
yo,
like,
I'm not gonna lie,
like, you might have just been feeling yourself on that one. He was like,
maybe I was.
I can come cut your grass. Corey's like, yo, you get this nigga hit on me. He's like,
maybe I was, yo. Maybe I was. Maybe he just wanted to hang out.
Yeah. Now the only time I've been hit on, honestly, it was like a club at the Wave in Norfolk. Remember the Wave? It was like on the back side. But some
I
nights
came
it
at
was
the tail end of that.
But they had some gay nights and some not.
Yeah.
So me and Tony, that's when Tony lived there with Frank and them in that one spot. That was like on.
Frankie Got Rocks.
Yeah, I don't know if you remember when they lived together. So there was a street back there. I forgot the name of that damn street. But either way, there's like, yo, it be popping back there sometimes. So I went back there one night because I went to Tony's house. One shit going on. It's like, yo, joints be coming. So I drove around the joint. I parked the car. I was like, I'm about to do some parking lot pimping and shit. It was Dolo. I was like, hold up. Like, some motherfucker said, I'm good. But either way, yo.
I got hit on in Atlanta at a club. Didn't even know it, yo.
You know in Atlanta, Atlanta.
I didn't know, yo. We went to this club in Atlanta. Man, I was hanging around my wife and her friends. And, had no idea. There was some of the thuggest dudes I had ever seen, yo. There was like a bunch of little Yahtzees. I mean, it was like thugged up, yo.
Well, don't say
and I had no idea.
Hold on. Time out. That's what. Don't say the most thuggish niggas you know, and there's a bunch of little Yahtzees. There was a nigga with painted nails and purple dyed hair. I swear he had a gun in his pocket. Like, come on, man.
But let me, think of somebody like, they was like, I don't know, I just can't. One of them like thugged out millennials, yo. It was like a whole bunch of them. They was in a group. I was like, yo, don't fuck with them niggas, yo. It's about to pop off and hit tonight, So I'm thinking, okay, let me just be cool. I'm with, my wife and everything. Then this dude comes over to me later on the night, like, yo, what's going on, man? He wanted them just like chilling or whatever. I'm like, okay, all right, man, cool. And he's still there all night long, won't leave. And eventually I'm like, yo, the girl's over there, man. You ought to go, go check them out. He's like, nah, I'm good right here. And I was like, oh.
he was trying to get the temperature.
A young thug nigga. That's what it was.
Yeah,
that's what it was. You said she was like young thug. But,
yeah.
But honestly, as far as the Superman shit goes, I gotta carry the same attitude where I carry with the almost with the Dave Chapelle type shit. Like, I mean, it is what it is, yo. Like,
yeah.
And as you said, Corey, it's more the real world. I mean, look around you. The world, that's what's out here. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I think it is a little exaggerated, but that has nothing to do with like my hatred for gay. I just think they think it's a little bit more personified than some black people shit, but that's a whole nother subject.
Mm-hmm.
But just in general, though, it is what it is, yo. If you don't like it, Phenom said it best, yo. Change the channel, yo. That's why I never understood this shit. Like, first of all, if you think your 12-year-old's gonna turn gay by reading about Superman's son kissing a boy, guess what? He's probably already.
He was already gay.
Like literally, like
exactly.
If seeing two men kiss on your TV screen converts you, guess what, bro?
Yeah,
you was already there. Like so that
facts. Yeah,
like all this shit don't like for real. It is what it is, yo. This is the world. It's the world.
But we can't control what happens to our kids once they leave our house, yo. Because like I said, we've already known, like we weren't really sheltered. Like I wasn't sheltered. Ollie wasn't sheltered growing up. Like we was in the streets together. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And when we got to college, it won't a big eye opener for us. Like we was already in the streets coming in 3-4 o'clock in the morning. Yeah, so it wouldn't make no difference to us. You know what I'm saying? We was already out in the streets doing shit. But we knew people who got there who was sheltered and they was off the chain. It's the same thing. You don't ever know what your kid is doing at the crib. Like you don't know who your I'm going to give you an example. if you watch Raising Kanan. I know Ollie, you ain't finished watching it, but
I never watched
I'm on my way.
Shorty was messing with this
episodes.
girl, keeping it like,
yeah.
you know what I'm saying? And then her daddy found out and whipped her ass. You know what I'm saying? Like put hands and foot and feet and choking and all that shit. When he found out,
and after
he didn't know she was gay.
He didn't know she was gay. That was just him being
that was
dumbass.
Willful ignorance. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There's a lot of people out
that's
there
what
who
a lot
know
of
their
times
child
that's
is
what
gay.
it is. I mean, that's what a lot of times what it is.
So, but it don't. That shit don't matter to me, man. Like it's funny. The funny thing about the reason why I want a gay Superman because this motherfucker making Dean Cain go crazy right now.
I know Dean Cain out there tripping.
Yeah, he think he the only nigga that plays Superman.
Yo, he mad.
I
remember he played
Superman
back in the day. Yeah, the Adventures of Lois and Clark or whatever that was. Yeah,
I ain't watched one episode of that shit. You know what I'm saying?
It was so campy. I mean, but I watched it because look, for me, I watched it because
I seen the episode, but it won't.
I watched it, but I like Smallville better though. That was a good.
Dean Cain made Christopher Reeves do this in his grave. Is Christopher Reeves dead? I don't even know. Is Christopher Reeves dead?
Yeah, he died. Yeah, he's dead.
He can't just. I wouldn't say turn over his grave, but he gotta grab the bottom half.
Come on, man, don't do that, yo.
I wasn't trying to get canceled, but he grabbed the bottom half. He
gotta get his bottom half and like flip it over and shit.
I'm gonna turn over my grave, you motherfucker.
Oh man, no. That's crazy, yo. You wrong.
Don't nobody listen to this. Don't nobody listen to this late. Like, once it gets past an hour, I don't even know if it's past an hour. Once it goes past an hour, I can say whatever.
So I got a question for y'all.
That's what I just realized what I said. That's fucked up. And y'all let me say it.
But it's one of those things where it's like, is it funny or not? You know what I'm saying? And everybody has a dark sense of humor, yo. They might not want to admit it. There's certain things that people will put up with when it comes to humor. Mm-hmm. So like, and the thing about it is like, Dave Chapelle makes these jokes about people. I've heard Joe Rogan say way worse shit. You know what I'm saying? Than Dave Chappelle ever says. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, look at Damon Wayans doing Handyman in Living Color in the 90s. Come on, y'all. It was funny. It was funny, but he was doing Handyman in the 90s, had his whole joint like that. I mean, come on, yo. But it was
also
comedy,
he did gay people, men on film.
Yeah,
somebody did say film. One joke that recently they were talking about The Office. And they said, would The Office survive nowadays? Because there was one joke when Michael was like, Oscar, you're gay. Boom, roasted. So everybody thought it was funny because Oscar was gay. Yeah. And he made it seem like gay was being a bad thing or a joke. Well, people get offended by that now. But in The Office is one of the top 5 sitcoms ever in people's eyes. You know what I'm saying?
Love The Office.
So
man. I've been on
a lot of jokes. A lot of jokes get thrown out there, and people either they gonna just ride with it because it was The Office, and it was funny, and it was written, scripted. Somebody put pen to paper. They came up with these scenarios, like Dwight, like Jim sending Dwight Gaydar, like he sent him a metal detector.
Oh yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So I don't think gay people took offense to that. But I think once you start attacking a group that gets attacked all the time, it really hasn't been ingratiated into society.
But this is my thing, yo. What group's been attacked all the time, yo? Like you said, people say
we know that. I'm talking about as growing up as black men, we get attacked all the time. I'm not saying us in our life every day because not saying this overt every day, but I'm talking about in general.
Nah. I just to say that I don't think other groups get attacked all the time. I ain't gonna say black men. I mean, black men, we do get attacked, but look, this is what it is, yo. Shit, it is what it is. Like, black people got attacked horrendously. And that's why we ended in America. Like, Jews got attacked for real. They ended up in gas chambers. If your ass can't take, all right, and I'm not talking down on the plight of whatever, like, people done got beat up, injured, killed, and all that. That's true. And guess what? They put in, I mean, we put in laws and shit to rectify that, which is why y'all get I hate to say y'all. That's why that community has as much power as they do.
Oh, Civil
But
Rights
like
Act is on the back of
they
black
won't put.
people. That's
I mean,
facts.
like the community ain't putting gas ovens, yo. Like, calm down, bro. Like, calm down. You good.
Yeah, they
And
want it, but the thing about it, go ahead.
I'm not saying don't speak out. Well, what I'm saying is, I'm not saying don't speak out, but it's the same thing with certain black people. Like when certain black people pull the race card, like, yo, it's certain shit. Like when some real shit going on, yes, do that shit. But when it's some other shit, like, oh, I'm black, and they like, nah, like this ain't racist, yo. You just asshole. Like sometimes, or it ain't racist. It's just a joke. It ain't like sometimes you gotta know when to play that card. You can't play that card every time. That's all I'm saying. If you feel,
So
I don't know if I made sense just then. I was just talking
it
a
makes
lot.
sense, but I will say this though.
Yeah,
It's
I
like,
think I got you. You was able to reel it back in.
Yeah, sometimes I just be talking.
it's like if a white person says something that could be perceived as racist, like, or they say something, they really shouldn't. They don't have the grace to say it. And that's what the biggest pushback now in the country is, because people's like everything is not racist when white people say it, but they haven't gotten the grace enough to be able to be like everything is equal enough to be like, you know what, that's a funny joke, that's how it should be, and that's funny. But a lot of people always put the side out, and that's what they get with doing Dave Chapelle too. There's like, yeah, that impossible pussy joke was funny, but somebody's gonna be offended by it because they feel like they're not getting equal rights and not accepted in society. So that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying it was right or wrong in my eyes. I'm just thinking about how people take that joke. You know what I'm saying? And it's you're not gonna be able to please everybody, and that's why Netflix is like, y'all mad? All right, but we about to get this bag still. We worldwide. Ain't nobody canceling us. You know what I'm saying? You can be mad. We're gonna take the pain with the pleasure that we're going to get from this money, and that's how it's going to be. You know what I'm saying? I'm not easily offended, even as a black man.
There's no pain because nobody cancel their service. Trust me.
Did you cancel yours?
No pain.
Oh no, I still got mine on right now.
I ain't that's it. I'm
Just
still borrowing
watching Squid Game.
My sister-in-law ain't canceling her shit. We still on hers, so it's still working. I'm good.
But that's the thing. It's like with me, I don't. And don't get me wrong, I'm all for equal everything. You know what I'm saying? I'm more against classism versus racism, because I think classism is the worst.
That's where it's
than
at.
racism.
It's like, if anything, we need to tackle these money problems, but they don't want to talk about that.
But Ali,
racism
he also
involved
said
in that just because white people down a Negro, we can all be broke. Just let's have somebody underneath me. But go ahead.
Dave Chapelle said one joke that he said, can gay people be racist? And people was like, yeah, no. So he told a story about going to this bar, and he can tell he's being set up. There's a time they got him on camera, like yelling at a group of people, and the people happen to be gay. And one of the jokes he said was these two big ass gay dudes came to him with resting 80s gay face. He talked about with their mouth all open and looking surprised and all that stuff. You gotta see his impersonation. But he was like, he knew he was getting baited because he was on camera. And it worked because they got him on camera cussing him out. He felt bad that he got put in a situation where he couldn't hold in what he felt. But he feels like people don't take what he say as jokes. Everything is personalized. And it's kind of hard not to say, like, who should take, like, we say it all the time. You can't tell us how to be offended. Like, I grew up a Washington Redskins fan. I didn't think Redskins was offensive. I knew the connotation behind it, but I'm like, the power's not there anymore. But guess what? End up changing their name because some group.
Just for everybody out there, whether you white, black, hetero, homo. I said homo. Yeah, hetero, homo. There we go. You know I be fucked up. Yep. Look, if you don't say a joke, just make sure that shit's funny, yo. Because guess what? If people laugh, you good. Like, just make sure that shit's funny. When it's not funny, it's when you don't get in trouble. That's what it comes at. That's what it comes out to. Just make sure that shit's funny, yo. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
just make sure that shit's funny. That's all.
Well, look, man, this has been a great episode. I mean, we definitely hit on a lot of topics this episode, man. We hit, man, which definitely rolled on good for that Fury Wilder. We talked about Dave Chapelle, of course, Gruden, Superman, son being gay. A lot of good stuff in this show, man. So everybody, if you're loving the show, definitely smash that like button. Leave some comments. Let us know your thoughts about Dave Chapelle. Let us know your thoughts about the Wilder Fury fight. Do you think they should go for round 4? I don't think so. I think it's a wrap, yo. It's a wrap.
I thought, nah, I ain't gonna say that. It's a bad joke. But I just thought it was a joke. I was like, yeah. He just like, fuck it. But we used like the Superman shit. I was like, who might be gay? Batman might be gay, yo. Like, was Batman grooming Robin? Yo, R. Kelly surviving Batman. Go ahead.
Oh my God.
Literally, it's just popped in my head. I don't know. We can rewind the joke we was talking. I was like, oh shit. I was like, was Batman grooming Robin?
Where
it is what it is. Surviving
Where
Batman.
does Ali come up with
but
this
you know
stuff,
what,
man?
Ali?
It's
You
crazy.
funny.
Right, interviews with Poison Ivy. The Joker.
Look, everybody. Thank you for listening to this episode. Thank you for listening to this episode. Smash that like button, hit the subscribe button, leave comments, do all that stuff. We love to hear your thoughts. Definitely let us know what's going on in your world, because this helps us go up in the rankings so people can find us. As always, I'm Corey Roy. You can find me on the interwebs at _. Ali, what you got to tell them, man?
Black Energy Tees. So Black Energy Tees. Check us out there. This _it_podcast. A lot of underscores. This is it podcast. Just throwing all the underscores. Boom. There you go. Like, follow, subscribe. Right. Anything, if you made it to the end of this video, you definitely need to just hit the subscribe. I can't even talk. Subscribe. Fat tongue. It's free. Do that.
It's free, y'all. Subscribe. Peace. Phenom, what you gotta tell them, brother?
Yo, Phenom 202. You can find me everywhere. Hey, yo, Black Energy Tees, come mess with us. And also subscribe to the podcast. Like they said, we talk. You know what I'm saying? We don't always agree. We will talk, and we do agree on a lot, though. You know what I'm saying? It's always fun. It's always good nature. And we just black men trying to give you all opinion, yo. You know what I'm saying? In this world.
Man.
That's it.
That's it, man.
I was about to say, listen to Sammy Sosa. I just looked at your screen, Phenom. Light skin is bitch. Sammy Sosa.
I know, man. I don't know. I'm in my basement tonight, yo.
Oh, man.
I just fuck with you, man.
Anyway, that'll do it, family. As we always say, if you don't know, now you know. We bring you that Black Dad energy. Follow us on Black Energy Tees. Go get that merch. And as always, we will see you on the next episode. Peace.
Peace. Y'all dumb as fuck.